Ho, 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 you filthy animals, and welcome back to the Nerdwide podcast, episode 137. What is this? Like, this is episode 1.5 of our holiday Christmas episode, kind of, sort of, pretty much.
Yes.
I mean, technically, we did Christmas, the Santa Clauses, season 2 last week, but this is our first movie. But anyways, I'm your host, Tyler Haynes, with my good friend and co-host, Mr. Chris Rivers. Now, Chris, how's the week been?
It's all right.
Just all right?
Yeah. Still a little bit of overtime at work. I don't think you can call it overtime anymore. It's just normal.
Just normal time.
So,
Which is also ridiculous. Let's just go ahead and say that's also ridiculous.
yeah. But no, it's been outside of that, I got to watch a couple movies this week and that I actually had time to do that. That's amazing. And yeah, so how's your week been?
It has not been that bad. It's been a little busy on the work side of things. We're getting towards like that flu and COVID season now, and we're starting to get fuller and fuller and fuller in the hospital, which is, that's what we're there for and everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been pretty chill. We had I'm assistant coaching our good friend Grant's son's basketball team. We had our first two games yesterday, and we won both of them. We're officially the top of the league, but we're also the only ones that's played two games this year so far. So, but we're still number one.
I do have to say before we go any further, I don't want to alarm you, but someone has snuck up behind you and put a garbage bag on your head.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we lost. So Kenny Pickett got hurt again today.
Oh, okay.
And they put Trubisky, and then I think they even put in Mason Randolph in there. So, oh God, listen. I also
Too bad Myles Garrett wasn't around.
Oh God, again. So this is we're going down a rabbit hole. So listeners, just stick with me here. I've gone down this rabbit hole of sports betting. And this week kind of heavy. So what I do is I do $10 and I just play off of it. And I don't do big. I don't bet anything. So like I'll bet 50 cents, 75 cents, $1, $2 max. That's my limit I give myself. And I only play off of what I earn. So today was like my very first big day of doing it after like researching a bunch of stuff. I almost won. I had an 11-leg parlay for $2. It would have gotten me $80. No, that's wrong. It was $1 for $80, and it was for 11 people, like just the teams to win. So I think I was going to win. I had 6 of them, and then the Steelers lost. And if they would have won, I think I would have won that whole thing.
Yeah,
but they were also favored to win, and I'm still waiting on Myles Garrett to get a sack because I put 50 cents in on him to get a sack for $1 in return, and so far nothing. I'm like, come on, man. So that's how that went back to Myles Garrett.
I don't usually do the weekly stuff. I'll do the Super Bowl, World Series, stuff like that. But.
And I've got like a parlay right now. I'm waiting for A.J. Brown to get a touchdown. Everybody else has already got one, so I'm just kind of. It's. I can stop at any time. I'm not addicted. Okay. But anyways,
what addicts say, Tyler.
That's what they. It's. What do they know? Chris, what you been watching on TV?
I'm still working my way through Friends. I'm about a third of the way into season 5. So,
how many seasons are
there?
10. So, I started something this week.
Oh no!
I'm rewatching Community at work because it's on Netflix. Or listening to it, and I've seen it so many times, and I still laugh so hard at a lot of the stuff that happens. But today, I saw a trailer for Halo, the Paramount Plus show, season 2. And I was like, oh, that actually looks really good. So I'm about 7 minutes into the first episode of the first season. And I'm like, it's okay so far. But I'm only 7 minutes in. So.
Yeah, they've got time to ruin it for you.
Yeah, that's plenty of time.
Yeah.
But that's where. And then The Crown comes back in 2 weeks. I'm going to cry for it. Trying to get Zoe to watch it. She likes historical drama kind of shows.
Right.
I just need her to watch it. But let's talk about what we're supposed to watch this week. Lucky Chris, only one episode. It's been several weeks.
I felt lost. I didn't know. I was like, I must be forgetting something.
Yeah.
But character that you've been asking about gets mentioned
Yes.
a couple of times in this.
So
So I was very glad that they started connecting some dots.
yeah, they just offhand throwaway lines to it, but they did answer our question from last week
Yeah.
about, because she said she was been head elf or whatever, and I'm like, actually Bernard wasn't, but we did. You're right, we did get some good knowledge from him. So let's jump into it. Santa Claus is season 2, episode 5, titled BETTY. We're going to showsnob.com, and this is by Jennifer Renson. After seeing Mad Santa on television alongside Chris, who was interviewed regarding his Santa-themed park revival, Betty returns to the North Pole early. There, Santa is still appearing like Scott, feeling off since the snowball attack from Mad Santa. Thankfully, it's only temporary, and he quickly becomes Santa again during their conversation, which was pretty funny. With him, just like each time they cut to him, it's a new tribute was popping back up on his face. I thought it was pretty good. Let's see, where were I? Story goes that Mad Santa was once a great Santa who began to get frustrated with greedy humans and decides to listen to the gnomes over the elves. Although sending bad kids coals seems harmless, his ultimate plan is to turn those naughty children into nutcrackers. Unable to stand by and allow this to happen, Betty, Noel, and a handful of elves decide to fight back. Although they cannot get help from the legendaries, the Easter Bunny, Mother Nature, Sandman, etc., La Befana decides to help them anyways. Did we ever figure out what legendary she was?
No, they haven't really addressed it yet. And I was trying to think about some of them. And
I think they're waiting to reveal something about her.
what if she ends up being the Mad Santa's Mrs. Claus? Because he didn't have one. We haven't seen one.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. I wonder if that... She provides them with a bag of items from each legendary, which enables them to get the upper hand on Mad Santa, which is a great plan, by the way, how they went about that. After setting up a trap on both him and Olga, La Befana decides to leave the legendaries in order to help the elves, because legendaries are no longer cannot harm each other, which explains why La Befana has been at the North Pole ever since, because like she's pretty much just watching over, make sure it doesn't happen again, which I think is really cool. She turns the Mad Santa into a nutcracker with Olga trapped inside as well. However, Mad Santa remembers each elf who turned on him, which could spell trouble for them later on. Due to this act, Betty agrees to leave her position. However, Santa wants her to remain. I thought we got a lot of accountability here. I feel like we've got the full picture. There's no more secrets or anything. We should be good to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's anything else we're missing here. And this is, of course, during the stories where we hear about Bernard, which he caught wind of Mad Santa's in the gnomes coup, and he leaves. But he did leave a snowball and stuff for Betty, which I guess is just a way to not have that actor come back, but still have it mentioned in the show. Which, where's his ex-wife and other kids?
Good question.
Or Charlie was Charlie was his name. Not even mentioned at all. That poor kid is. He was mentioned in season 1, but I'm like, come on. All this stuff is going on. It's supposed to be a family business.
We saw him in season 1, right?
Yes, because he was a real estate agent in Florida or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you want to do this family business, but your firstborn son, nowhere near it. So, I call shenanigans there. When Cal realizes he lost the Santa and training vest, he tries to clear his mind to figure out where it went. In the process, he finds out that Mad Santa has it. Cal lies to Sandra, claiming the vest is with La Befana. After the events from the previous episode, Sandra isn't too keen on seeing her, but she goes anyway. Although the vest isn't there, the two talk it out and rekindle their friendship, even though the Easter Bunny is now a piece of fruit. But everything changes when Sandra learns that Cal lied and left the North Pole. He took the sleigh and 2 reindeer to the Chicago area, and upon his arrival, he meets Chris, Mad Santa, and Olga. Once Mad Santa threatens to harm Cal, Chris is ready to call everything quits, but both he and Cal are duct taped to the wall. Angered by Cal's confidence in his father and disrespect towards his reign, Mad Santa turns him into a toy. However, the process makes him lose so much power he can barely stand. Mad Santa needs his amulet that he lost the day he was turned into a nutcracker. Once he has the amulet, all of his powers will be restored. And I want to put a pin there. So I'm going to come back to it after I get done with this last paragraph. Once Sandra tells Santa and Mrs. Claus that Cal left, they panic. Unfortunately, they cannot leave the North Pole as Santa has ordered that the teleportation between the North Pole and Earth to be closed prior to Cal leaving. It can, in several hours, it is able to reopen, but without any other options, Santa and Mrs. Claus decide to visit the mail room and transport themselves to the mail tunnels. Even though this has never been attempted before, they decide to risk it, stamping "Return to Sender" on a letter. Together, they are magically transported as the episode ends. Now, I think that the Return to Sender thing, the little gold piece, is the amulet. They focused too long on it. Yeah. When they opened the box, they kind of focused in. It made a sound. They zoomed into it. I'm like, that's too much for a random gold stamp. And then after they sent it, it fell down, and you see the letter and the stamp sitting right there. So I'm like,
You also see the weapon that.
Yes, that she leaves behind.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think there's something going on here. But of course, they're going to leave, and then the gnomes and Mad Santa are going to go to the North Pole, and we're going to get back there. And it's always the North Pole. Just stay there. You know?
Yeah.
That's.
Eventually, everything will work its way back there. So,
how many episodes were?
I think we got to be 2 or 3 from the end.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't feel like there's much more to do anything else here.
The only other character I was just sitting here thinking about it, the only other one I could think La Befana could be is the Tooth Fairy.
This is the penultimate. There's one more episode left.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Santa Clauses has season 2 has 6 total episodes. Season 1 also had 6 episodes. Okay, so that's why it doesn't feel like there's more.
So what do you think? Tooth Fairy? Or Mad Santa's Mrs. Claus?
I think you're right on the money with the Mrs. Claus.
We've met Cupid.
Yep. Sandman's back.
Sandman, Easter Bunny. We have not. I'm trying to think if there's any other. I can't think of another legendary.
Yeah, because we hadn't seen the Tooth Fairy since like the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, or maybe it's like some witch from way back in time, but I can't.
The Wizard of Oz.
Well, see, it could happen. So, I don't know. That's a good question because I don't know who she could really be because she's Italian. So, I mean, I'm just gonna Google it. Who is La Befana in Italy? In Italian folklore, the La Befana is an old woman or witch who delivers gifts to children throughout Italy on Epiphany Eve. So she's her own character.
Okay.
It's in the night of January 5th. It's a similar story to Santa Claus or the 3 Magi Kings. So okay, so she's her own thing. Oh, boo! Takes the fun out of that one.
It's a letdown.
Yeah. She's an actual. That makes sense why she's at the North Pole too.
Yeah.
So because they're kind of the same person-ish. So, listen, I don't have any notable news or new releases this week at all for our TV stuff. So, yeah, I know. It's always something, isn't it?
Yeah.
But do we want to do the Game Award nominees now?
You can if you want to.
Let's jump into it. We talked about last week going through our picks of Game Awards and everything like we normally do every year. So let's get right to it. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make this fun here.
Uh-oh. You're gonna make note of our picks, aren't you?
No, I wish. I would have thought about it. I actually probably could have. I still can, We'll skip some of them because of like the esports stuff. Neither one of us really know anything about. At least I'm speaking for myself, rather.
No, I have no idea.
Let's do share my screen. Everybody, don't pay attention. Don't pay attention, everybody. Don't pay attention.
What have you got OnlyFans pulled up again?
I do. It's my profile, actually.
Oh.
So.
How are you doing with your feet pics? Are those?
So that's the thing. I do need to start that because I talked about it again at work the other day, and there is somebody at work Apparently she does that and makes about
Oh,
$60 a week or something like that, or a day is what I was told. But there's ain't no way this lady makes $60 a day. Anyways, let us go through our esports. Oh, I need to take that off.
look, people pay a lot for hammer toes. Okay,
That's it's you never know. There we go. All right. So here you know what? I'm actually gonna write these down. You're right, Chris. I've already voted, of course, in this. So we could play along, and of course, my trusty Diet Coke pen that Diet Coke sent me several years back for being their people. All right, we are going to start. There we go. We'll start with most anticipated game. They are recognizing an announced game as demonstratively illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, or Tekken 8. I know what will win this. Well, between two of them. Most anticipated. My vote was Star Wars Outlaws.
yeah,
Just because I'm
it's
about
Star
that.
Wars.
Yeah.
I think that's very likely.
No.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Yeah, to me it would have to be that or Final Fantasy VII.
I think it's going to be between Final Fantasy Rebirth or Hades 2. Because Hades was a phenomenal game. Best adaptation. This is a fun one for us.
Yeah.
Boop boop. And then. So my vote was obviously for. Oh, I gotta go through it's Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal. I can't believe we got all those in 1 year. Regardless.
Yeah, but it's The Last of Us, right?
Yeah. There's no way anything else wins. Tulu. Is that what your pick is as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Gran Turismo I do want to watch eventually. Twisted Metal I heard does not suck. So that's a glowing recommendation.
Oh, that's a ringing endorsement.
Next one is Best Multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Your nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. The thing is,
I haven't played any of these.
I have Diablo about halfway through it. But my pick was for Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to beat literally everything. Everybody, every category. I would like Diablo or Party Animals to win. But Nintendo's, their online stuff is terrible. So, but I picked Baldur's Gate 3. What you got?
I'm just gonna go with Party Animals.
Party Animals?
Yeah, why not?
Change it up a little bit. Next one is Best Sports/Racing Game. EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, that's a lot of words, and The Crew Motorfest. Best. I did, when I voted, The Crew Motorfest. No, I did Forza Motorsport. I was about to say it. That's not right. I did Forza.
Yeah, I'll go Forza. I'm not giving any vote to anything EA does because
I don't blame you. Best Sim Strategy. Best game focused on real-time return-based simulation or strategy gameplay. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engaged, or Pikmin 4. I did Pikmin 4. I like the Pikmin games a lot. I'm actually replaying through the first one right now. Almost done with it.
I'm gonna go City Skylines 2.
That's also a good one and a potential winner. God, I'm so excited for Thursday night. Oh, we get GTA 6 new trailer on Tuesday as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Next one is Best Family. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. My pick was Pikmin 4 again.
I'll go Disney Illusion Island.
Ooh, Disney Illusion. What else we got here? Best fighting. This was a tough one. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, or Street Fighter 6. I did Mortal Kombat 1. But it's honestly going to be between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but for funs and giggles and all, I'm going to go Nickelodeon.
Yeah, All-Star. That just came out recently, too. Past couple weeks. Best RPG. For the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, or Starfield. Now,
I'm going to go Lies of P.
Did you play it?
No.
It's a good game. It's a Soulsborne game. I did Final Fantasy 16. That is it's my personal game of the year. But we'll get there as we go. God, I love that game. I just want to play it again. That's one of those games I wish I could delete from my brain and play it again.
Yeah.
But best action/adventure. Alan Wake 2. Marvel Spider-Man 2. Resident Evil 4. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
It's going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be one that, honestly, any one of these would win, and I'd be okay with.
So I've heard really good things about Alan Wake 2.
Yes. That is one that I want to play. I've seen gameplay of it, a lot of jump scares, but it's one of those games that you can't believe it's a video game because of everything that it does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it'll be one of those I only play during the daytime.
That's not fun, though.
I know.
I think that's going to be my vote. I mean, I want to go Spider-Man 2 because I haven't played it yet, but I played the first one. But Alan Wake 2, I've just heard so many good things about, and I really want to play it.
Might be one, like we ever did like a fundraiser for, I could live stream playing like 5 hours of it or something like that in a dark room at nighttime and stuff like that. If we raise enough money, then that's what we'll do. Might be something to think about. All right. So I picked Spider-Man 2 on that one. I've beaten and played Spider-Man 2, Jedi Survivor, and Legends of Zelda. I think Legends of Zelda will win it. I think honestly it's between it and Alan Wake 2, but I think Legends of Zelda pulls that off. Best action game. For the best game, the action genre focused primarily on combat. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. Best action. I picked Armored Core when I voted.
Let's go.
I've played Dead Island 2 and Hi-Fi Rush. Both are great games, but
let's go Remnant 2.
Remnant 2. Also free on Game Pass right now. Next up, best VR/AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality. Best AR. I picked Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse. I put Horizon Call of the Mountain just because I'm a nerd for Horizon stuff.
Resident Evil Village.
With Vampire Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device, Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, or Terra Nil. I think I voted for Final Fantasy. I don't remember. Some of these I'm like, I've got no earthly idea because I've never played any of them.
Monster Hunter now. Let's go there.
Final Fantasy 7. And you said Monster Hunter now. Okay. Best debut indie game. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, or Viewfinder. I picked Cocoon. What's this indie? It's also in Game Pass. I just haven't played it yet. Before it's great though.
We go Pizza Tower.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Pizza Tower, anyways.
Nah.
And best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Star, Viewfinder. I did Sea of Stars. I still need to beat it, but it's a great
Viewfinder.
A very good game too. How many more of these do we have? I want to back out. View all categories. We've got 10 more maybe. Best community support. We've got Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. Now, I think Cyberpunk wins, or Baldur's Gate will win.
I will never vote for Cyberpunk for anything.
You need to play the new updated 2.0 version. Yeah, because it is phenomenal. Everything's fixed. If they would have released how it released this year, I think when 2.0 came out, they would have won every award. Period. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna do BG3 is what I did.
I'll do Destiny 2.
Oh, I wish. They fired a lot of people, so there's a lot of upset people on that one. Best ongoing award to the game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I did Cyberpunk for this one.
Fortnite.
Which played the new event today. Excellent. Cyberpunk. And you said Fort.
Yeah.
We've got Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meeting or message. A Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sonar, Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, Terradil, and Vidba. I think I skipped this one.
I'll go Chia.
Chia. I think I'm going to do Venba. You said Chia? We've got innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audience. Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. I vote for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's where I'll go.
Because Insomniac does everything they can to make sure everyone can play their stuff, which is what I love about them. Spider-Man 2. Next up is Best Performance. This is awarded for an individual for voice acting, motion, and or performance capture. Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Melanie Libbard, Alan Wake 2. Neil Newborn, Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal from Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Ben Starr, all day, every day.
I'm going to go Cameron Monaghan.
He did great. Just the raw, man. I'm telling you, Final Fantasy 16 is what a game. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. I voted Alan Wake because I've heard a
Yeah,
lot of good things about it.
I'll go with that.
AW2. Best score in music. For outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and a licensed soundtrack. Alan Wake 2, composer Petri Alanko. Baldur's Gate 3, composer Borislav Slavov. Final Fantasy 16, composer Masayoshi Sakin, which is a phenomenal. He does a lot of things. Hi-Fi Rush, audio director Shuichi Kobori. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, composed by Nintendo Sound Team, which is kind of weird. Um,
I'll
it
go Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. I went Final Fantasy 16. I listen to that soundtrack all the time. What is this? Score music. Score and music. How did I? Oh, it's the same thing. All right. Final Fantasy 16. And you said LOZ. We're getting there. Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. We've got Alan Wake 2. We've got Hi-Fi Rush. Lies of P. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I went Alan Wake 2 on this one.
Yeah, I think Alan Wake 2 is gonna
Sweep that one up.
take it.
Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Alan Wake 2, BG3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I went Final Fantasy 16. Don't think they'll win. But, man, that story is just so good.
Alan Wake 2.
AW2. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. You're starting to see a pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
Just double check them.
Yep.
I said Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, I think that's...
They're going to sweep a lot of things up. And then our last and final game of the year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, remake, of course, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Baldur's Gate is going to win this.
You think so?
Yeah, that without a doubt. There's no way. And it's got recency bias as well. So does Alan Wake 2 though. But
Yeah.
BG
I'll go Alan Wake 2.
I like it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Nerdwide Podcast picks for the Game of the Year and our Video Game Award nominations. We get back to our screen. And boom, just like that. Like nothing even happened. So there we go. And
What are you talking about?
We'll keep that tally. Oh, it's all my Switcher stuff, just
Oh.
fancy things. And I will keep that for us and tally it up and come at you with the scores for next week.
Awesome.
So,
on to movies. Have you watched anything else?
did I watch any movies? Did I start? I started The Batman again because I don't know what's going on. I really need to look into it. But Netflix has got all the DCEU and DCE stuff and Warner Brothers things. I'm like, that's max. I don't understand why they're transitioning over. But The Batman came out on Friday on Netflix. So I'm like 30 minutes into it. I'm like, I can't do this right now. It's such a good movie. I just want to pay attention to it.
You think Gunn's wanting to keep all the old stuff separate from his stuff?
See, I don't know. I don't even know if that's his decision kind of thing. But it's like all the DCEUs, like each week a new property pops up. And I don't understand. I might Google that. But no, I haven't watched anything else. What about you?
I finished up the Omen run.
Ooh.
With the remake. But watched a film, I think it was 1972, from the UK called Burke and Hare. And Burke and Hare is a story. It's a true story. Now they do a comedic version of it in the film, but in reality, these were two guys who they would sell corpses to medical schools back in the day. They started out digging them up, and then kind of progressed to just finding the recently deceased. And then when they didn't have much luck left with that, and you got more for fresh bodies, they started killing people.
Mm.
As you do.
Yeah, you know.
And but the film is comedic. They did another version of it a few years ago with Simon Pegg and some other people in it.
That sounds familiar. I might have seen something
But
on it.
but the '72 version, just so people know, there's not a lot of gore. In fact, they kind of do a lot of their killing by smothering people,
Oh,
which makes sense because you're trying to sell the body to the
yeah.
medical schools, so you don't want it butchered up. And but there is a lot of nudity,
That kind of stuff.
because there's some stuff that takes place uh, at a brothel.
Oh.
So yeah, and
Hmm.
then some of the cadavers when they pull the sheet back, you know,
Oh.
for the students in the class.
Oh, you know.
So, but I mean, I think I gave that one 2.5 out of 5
Oh,
on Letterboxd.
it's not too terribly bad.
No, no, worth a watch. But we're here to talk about Violent Night, um,
Violent night.
starring David Harbour. Beverly D'Angelo's in this. Who else did we have in here? John Leguizamo is in this.
Which Beverly D'Angelo or Angelo? Horrendous
Uh-huh.
wig. Like her wig was atrocious for this movie.
I think it worked for the character though.
Oh yeah, it worked for the character, but like I just noticed, I was like, y'all could have done better here.
Yeah,
But
that may be what they were going
that's
for though.
yeah, that's a good point too.
So here we go with the plot. In Greenwich, Connecticut, Jason Lightstone and his estranged wife Linda take their daughter Trudy to his mother Gertrude's mansion for a Christmas gathering. They overhear Trudy's wish for family unity through an old walkie-talkie. Other family members at the gathering are Jason's sister Alva, her boyfriend Morgan Steele, and her son Bert, which we find out, by the way, his full name is Bertrude.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Santa Claus arrives at the estate just as a group of mercenaries led by Mr. Scrooge raid the house, with some of them having posed as caterers and take the family hostage after killing the staff. Discovered by the mercenary Tinsel, Santa's reindeer are frightened off as Santa kills Tinsel by causing him to be impaled by an icicle. Stranded, he decides to rescue Trudy and her family from Scrooge, who wants 300 million cash hidden in a vault in the mansion. After killing the mercenaries Frosty, Santa takes his radio and finds Trudy's channel. He then finds the mercenaries are on his naughty list. When Scrooge discovers Trudy's been talking with Santa on her walkie-talkie, Jason denies Santa's existence, and a distraught Trudy runs past the kidnappers and successfully hides in the attic. Santa reassures her over the radio, revealing to her his ancient Viking past, which was very cool.
Oh, so well done.
When when he starts to stitch himself up from the last fight, he takes his top of his Santa suit off. You saw the tattoos. I
Yep.
was like, oh yeah,
I
he's
was like, this dude been through some stuff, and sure enough, he passes out right after that, and then you
yeah.
see the image of him. I was like, oh, okay, hopefully we're gonna revisit that because then it flashes back to reality. And we do see that down the line. I was like, oh god, what else could I want in a Christmas movie, man? Like this is everything I've ever wanted.
Wounded Santa is captured by Scrooge, who hates Christmas. Recognizing their real identities, Santa convinces henchmen Gingerbread and Candy Cane of his authenticity and escapes magically, although his magic sack is burned. Gertrude's kill squad, led by Commander Thorpe, arrives and kills Morgan upon revealing their allegiance to Scrooge. Discovering an empty vault, Scrooge threatens Linda. Jason admits he stole the money hidden in an outdoor nativity and planned to flee with his family. Gertrude forgives him, revealing this as a Lightstone family rite of passage and naming him her heir. In a shed, Santa finds a sledgehammer and eliminates the kill squad. Trudy sets up Home Alone inspired traps, leading to Gingerbread's death. Santa kills Candy Cane before she can shoot Trudy. Alva, Linda, and Bert thwart Scrooge's order to kill hostages by killing Krampus. Scrooge and Thorpe escape into the woods with Gertrude and the money, pursued by Santa, who kills Peppermint. Linda kills Jingle, and Trudy witnesses her parents' reunion. Santa and Scrooge fight in the cabin. As they grapple, a badly wounded Santa magically flies up the chimney, mangling Scrooge's body and killing him. Thorpe shoots Santa, but is killed by Gertrude. Despite using burnt money for warmth, Santa succumbs to the gunshot wounds. Trudy rallies her family to affirm their belief in Santa, reviving him. Confused by the magic but renewed in faith, Santa receives his returning reindeer, a note from Mrs. Claus, and a new gift sack. He bids Trudy farewell and continues his gift deliveries. In a mid-credits scene, Bert vlogs...
Oh, there's a mid-credits scene?
I didn't see it.
Okay, let's keep going.
In a mid-credits scene, Bert vlogs next to a dead... Oh, yeah, I did. Bert vlogs next to a dead Santa mercenary, or a dead mercenary, telling his viewers Santa's real and warning them to behave during Christmas. Yeah, I saw that.
That's okay. I'm not mad I missed that one. Like, I wanted, because it was playing, because we started watching around when the Titans started playing, and so like when it went off, I tuned into it. But I was like thinking to myself, I was like, I should probably scrub and see if there's a mid-credit. I was like, yeah, it's not Marvel or any kind of, so it shouldn't be. But damn it, every time, it's like 2 weeks in a row. But listen, I loved this movie, and so did everybody in the house. Like, it is a dumb, fun Christmas action movie that reminds me so much of Home Alone, and it was so much fun. They're obviously referencing a lot during the film, because Trudy watched it the night before all this happened. And so there were so many good kills. The story of it was actually pretty decent. When we were going through the house and seeing all the servants and the maids and butlers and everything, I was like, he's the bad guy. Oh, she's a bad guy. Oh, he's a bad guy. I was like, it was very noticeable of everything. But listen, I gave this 4 stars. Absolutely loved it.
That's exactly what I gave it.
It's one that I'm extremely excited they're making a second one of, and I can't wait. This is going to be entered into our rotation for our Christmas movies every year, and that's everything you need to know. That's high and glowing praise for my stuff, because if I'm going to watch it year after year after year, like Trick or Treat or like our Halloween Hocus Pocus, stuff like that, that's glowing recommendation. So I can't wait to watch it again.
There's a little bit of language. There is a ton of violence.
Yes. What was your favorite kill, Chris?
Oh man, I mean, the Mr. Scrooge kill when he pulls him up the chimney.
Beautiful.
And he comes out just holding the torso and the head's missing and
everything just flies off. It's just all blood and gore. Oh, so good.
That was nice. I did like some of Trudy's traps.
So yeah, that one's my favorite kill. Was it a gingerbread? So he gets impaled on the nail. I said, "Oh, that's so good." And then he comes out, falls back, comes back up, and then gets hit with is looking at the nail, and then the bowling ball hits the nail and impales him straight. I was like, "Oh, that's just so good." That's very good writing.
Yeah, what I liked about it too is she had just seen the movie, so
yes,
they come up on the traps and they're just blatantly sitting out, like they're not hidden or anything.
No,
and the guy even comments. Gingerbread says, you have to actually hide the booby traps.
Yes, it's so funny.
And he's so distracted by the nail that he thinks is there for his foot,
right?
That he doesn't see the step that she's sawed into on the ladder. And when he goes through the ladder, the nail impaled him up under his chin.
So he goes, ah! The whole time we were like, ah! It was great.
And then Candy Cane climbs over him, and she's moving his head when she does.
Oh, just jerk move, man. There's so many good one-lining. Like, one-liners in this movie were so good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And we get to hear some of the classic Santa lines said with a different spin.
Yes. Did you know... So I'm going through the cast list here. The dad, Jason, was translucent in The Boys. Of course, we wouldn't know that because he's translucent the whole episode. But
no, he appeared a couple times.
Yeah, up until his death. So, God, what a movie, man!
I didn't realize, I didn't connect it, but I knew that he looked familiar.
Yeah. I was like, he's played a villain in something I've seen, and sure enough. Oh man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Very good movie. I would definitely recommend that to people.
Like I'm recommending that to everybody for like a good adult Christmas movie.
Yeah. Next week we're gonna talk Candy Cane Lane, new Eddie Murphy movie on Amazon.
I'm excited. It's a good comedy.
So, yeah. On to news. So this first one's gonna come from IGN. Let me get this popped up here. Just a retail chain being stupid, but
yeah.
Is it gonna load? There we go. From IGN, byline to Christina Alexander. Best Buy to phase out sales of physical media, but it says, "Don't worry, video games are safe."
I don't know what that means. Okay, never mind. It says that first line right there.
Which is, before we get into this article, that's kind of strange because I feel like more people, unless you're getting like a collector's edition or something, more people just download the game.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I mean, you can see on my shelf here. This is just my PlayStation and Xbox games. But I've gone more so digital, unless it's like Assassin's Creed, Horizon, like or Spider-Man. I want the actual collection, and because I like looking up and seeing what I've got. Although having digital is much easier because I get very lazy with it. Just back out and click,
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like they're keeping a format for entertainment that is phasing out quicker than this other one.
Yeah.
So basically, they have said that they will discontinue sales of physical DVDs and Blu-ray discs in-store and online in early 2024.
Which hurts me so bad, because that's where I get all my steelbooks from.
Well, and I'm wondering if the reason they didn't cut it off sooner was some of their agreements with exclusives.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to keep it going. News about the move by the consumer electronics retailer to phase out physical media sales was initially reported by home entertainment blog The Digital Bits. However, it was taken as a rumor because the website wasn't loading. The company officially confirmed the news to Variety on Friday, which this article was initially posted back in October. So, they don't really, it says, to state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was decades ago, per a Best Buy spokesperson. Making this change gives us more space and opportunity to bring customers new and innovative tech for them to explore, discover, and enjoy. What Best Buy means by new and innovative tech in terms of purchasing movies and TV shows is currently unknown.
Good for you, Christina.
According to one source familiar with the matter, the company initially made the decision to end DVD sales 9 months ago. Best Buy's move to end DVD and Blu-ray sales on its physical and digital storefronts comes 2 weeks after Netflix mailed its final DVDs to customers, allowing them to keep their final disc if they choose to do so. With both Best Buy and Netflix now out of the physical media market in the age of streaming services, consumers who want to buy physical copies of their favorite movies and TV shows can still access them at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and other retailers. You can also access DVDs from the Redbox kiosk located in and out of any retail store, albeit as rentals. I will add that there are also other sites. Zavvi does custom steelbooks. There's also boutique labels like Shout Factory and Criterion and Arrow Video and MVD Rewind, and a lot of these that do in fact still, and they have storefronts. And there's other sites like Diabolic DVD that you can go to buy.
Now, do you think that Best Buy's gonna have like a big sale for the remaining stuff? Like to get their stuff out?
It's hard to say because they probably get a lot of things, um, a lot of agreements that stores have with places that distribute are, hey, we can every so often we can send back unpurchased product for credit.
Mm,
So if they can send it back for credit to get something else,
then what's the point?
they'll probably do that. The weird thing about it though is physical media is still big, and what I used to work with a guy that he went to the expense of putting like the latest 4K TV in his basement. He had the home theater set up. He even had like a little bar area there, and
Mm.
like he went all out. And I asked him, I said, "Well, what kind of player did you get?" And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "What kind of player? Like a 4K or He said he was going to stream everything,
Oh,
which means he had just wasted money because
yeah.
so Netflix, for example, has 4K streaming.
Only on some things, and you had to pay for like the most expensive plan.
Right, but here's the thing. They can advertise it as 4K because it's 4K on their servers.
Mm-hmm.
By the time it makes it to you, it's just below Blu-ray disc quality.
And it's the same thing with the audio. Like the audio is not how it's supposed to be formatted and everything like that either. It's like
Right.
oh god, that
So
makes my skin crawl, man.
Best Buy is going to be selling you TVs and home theater setups and all this, but they're not giving you the physical disc so that you actually get the full effect of those
Right.
things. So they're basically ripping you off.
Mm. It just
In my
sucks,
opinion.
man. It's like I just hope because Marvel, like that's been their steelbook people is Best Buy. So like when our
Mm.
new stuff comes out, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I just really hope that one of these retailers pick it up
Mm.
because I don't
Or
if they even do pick them up.
or based on what we've seen with some of the Disney Plus shows, does Disney do it themselves?
Oh, that's right. They did it with Loki and all that stuff.
WandaVision and
All right, just
yeah.
buy it online and. Mm,
Just Disney didn't give people the option. If you wanted those shows, you had to get the steelbook.
yeah.
So
Even with the steelbook, it doesn't come with a digital code, which I'm like, that because I want to buy Loki and WandaVision. I want to buy them all because I do have everything else of the MCU for the most part. Like there's a couple things I don't have,
yeah,
but like I want to buy those steelbooks, but they don't have a digital code with them. It's
right.
just the disc and the book, which I'm like, yes, that'd be great, but I want to like if I don't want Disney Plus anytime soon, like or until a new show comes out, I don't get those shows. Even if I have it, like I would still have to do it up and do my physical stuff, which honestly it's kind of like a lazy situation. But we live in 2023, the year of convenience,
Yeah.
and I mean that's not very convenient to get up and change things.
Well, and I'm sure at some point it's going to happen where they're gonna gouge us good,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're gonna really because there's some stuff like you said that we don't have. Um, if you don't have a player that can play stuff from other regions, there's certain shows that you can't necessarily get.
Yep.
Like I know Agent Carter went out of print pretty quick. Agents of Shield, I don't think all their seasons released in the
Mm-mm.
U.S.
Superman and
So
Lois.
yeah,
Never seasons 1 and 2 they did, but this most recent season they're still not a physical copy,
yeah.
which I
So,
bugs me to no end.
well, and I'll give you, it's not a superhero show. It's not something we've covered, but a few years back, you had the remake of Hawaii Five O on
Mm.
CBS, right? So the first 3 or 4 seasons, I think, were released on Blu-ray over here, and of course, it's you want it in high def. I mean, it's filmed in Hawaii. They have all the establishing shots, right, with
Right.
the various shots of the islands and everything. And so after that, they started only doing DVD in America. I think you could only get the Blu-rays over in Asia. So
That's weird.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, but I can see Disney at some point putting everything MCU related. into a huge box set, and like, here it is. Here's all the different stuff for
That's
everything.
that's the same thing. I googled it again because I google it like once a week or not twice a week for Superman and Lois, and it
Yeah.
looks like it's the same thing. eBay has season 3 TV series Blu-ray, but it's all region and everything is it looks like
Hey,
Chinese or Japanese.
I'm about to lose you. My laptop's about to
Oh,
die.
well, listen, that's all we've got really anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, no new movie releases or anything. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of them getting done with Blu-ray and DVD. Like, I just think it's the stupidest decision. But what do I know? Like, that's what I know Best Buy for is for their movies and anyways. But thank you all so much for listening and watching this episode of the show. We really hope you enjoyed it. A much shorter episode than you've been used to for the past 3 to 4 weeks or so. But that's Christmas, baby. We've got one more episode, and then we have one or two. We've got 2 more episodes until our winter break, and of course, the second to last episode of the year will be our Game of the Year, Movie of the Year, TV Show of the Year. So cannot wait to show you guys, talk to you about that. But until then, thank you for watching the Nerdwide podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.